in data rate, and that generation is known as 2.75G. That 3 TDA standard is known as EDGE. It should stand for Enhance Data Rates for GSM Evaluation for 2.5G GSM and IS-136. If we look this this 3 TDMA standard, the first standard which we have broadly seen, that is the high speed circuit switch data. The second standard, which is known as GPRS, General Packet Radio Service. The third standard known as EDGE, Enhanced Data Rates for GSM Evolution. HSCSD, EDGE and GPS. HSCSD, EDGE and GPRS all together becomes a 2.5G standard. 2.5G standard for the TDMA system. Or in CDMA 2G, which is known as IS-95 into 2.5G becomes as a IS-95B. IS-95B. Once again, if we write the summary like this way: generation, technology, we are talking about in 2G, technology, data rate, we are taking the voice calls as a data. That means in 2G technology, when GSM is used, we having the data rate is around 10 kilobytes per second per user. When the technology has been changed and we use this CDMA, we having the same data rate 10 kilobytes per second. But when we have moving 2.5, the data rate has been increased. This data rate has been increased by because we have combined the TDMA 3 standard into a one. HSCSD, EDGE and GPRS all together become as a 2.5G. And it is having approximate two data rates. When it is 50 kilobytes per second, Then GPRS was the technology. When it is 200, near about 200 kilobytes per second, then edge technology is used. GSM means global system for mobile. Once again we have here right, global system for mobile. CDMA is code division multiple access. GPRS is journal packet radio service. EDGE stand for enhance data for GSM evaluation. Now we move towards the 3G generation. Now we have moved in 3G. Here so many cheeses, so many things are changed, so put full concentration in this topic. Now we moved into a 3G generation mobile communication system. As user demand, the demand for live music, uninterrupted means interactive waves session like conferences with multiple users started increasing. These demands are increasing day by day, but till now it is having increase in fashion. It's having the rising. Why? Because ITU, the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, the International Telecommunication Union decided that 2000 megahertz frequency, 2000 megahertz frequency should be global frequency to be used all over world. Once again I am going to repeat. ITU means the International Telecommunication Union decided that 2000 megahertz frequency should be global frequency, to be used all over world. Hence IMT 2000 was developed. The question is arising, what is the IMT 2000s? So I give you the explanation. Because the heavy demand of increasing the data rates for interactive to your live music concern contacts, yeah, interactive wave sessions like conferences, to you have demand the increasing bandwidth, increasing data rates. So ITU, the International Telecommunication Union, decided that 2000 megahertz frequency should be global frequency to be used all over world. That's why we have developed this IMT 2000. So IMT stand for what? Stand for International Mobile Telephone 2000. So in the exam, a lot of things are going wrong, because when we are going to write the IMT 2000 refers for what, the correct answer is International Mobile Telephone 2000. In this standard, all the mobiles phone that were used in 2.5G is supposed to upgraded, but the problem is in 2.5G is and G was the user divided among them are TDMA and CDMA. Look at this once again. This is the standards GSM IS-136 PSC and 2G CDMA. This is the technologies TDMA, CDMA. Right? These technologies are the problem. This technology creating the problems, because some mobile are using the technology TDMA and CDMA rather than CDMA. New phones are having the feature CDMA. Then what we do now? So there is a change. The CDMA of 2G and 2.5G, CDMA of 2G and 2.5G becomes CDMA 2000. TDMA standard like GSM IS-136 and PDC becomes as WCDMA, which is also known as WCDMA stand for wide band CDMA, or it is become UMTS. UMTS stand also known as refer as universal mobile telecommunication service universal mobile telecommunication service. If we summarize this, global frequency band is 2000 megahertz for all countries. Global frequency band is 2000 megahertz for all countries throughout the world. Another conclusion is international mobile telephone 2000 IMT the important conclusion is the CDMA of 2G and 2.5G becomes as a CDMA 2000s. And one more conclusion, GSM IS-136 and PDC becomes as a WCDMA or UMTS, Universal Mobile Telecommunication Service. Now look at IMT 2000 vision. What is the IMT 2000 vision? The vision of IMT 2000 was to provide a common spectrum in the range of 1.8 gigahertz to 2.2 gigahertz. The vision of IMT 2000 was to provide a common spectrum in the range of 1.8 gigahertz to 2.2 gigahertz throughout the world. So the wide range of telecommunication services like voice, data, multimedia, short messages, pictures, images, internet is supposed to added into this generation. Because of this application required a higher data rates. So the higher data rate is around the higher data rate is about around 2 megabytes per second was supposed or proposed for IMT 2000s. The vision of IMT 2000 was to provide a common spectrum in the range of 1.8 gigahertz to 2.2 gigahertz throughout the world, and it provides the higher data rates, and that should be 2 megabytes per second when we propose this IMT 2000s. One more thing is global seamless roaming was supposed to be given in this standards of IMT 2000.